Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lola, and today is the March vlog video.
Losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. Try to let go of the past. I close my eyes.
These are the books that I will be reading throughout this vlog. I have already started with The Liar's Knot. I am about halfway through it now and very much enjoying it, but you'll see how that goes. There's these 4 books, and there's also Promises and Pomegranates, as well as Artificial Condition. We shall see how the month goes. I want to read all of these books. They are all quite chonkers, though, so we're gonna cross our fingers and hope it goes well. Before I send you guys off to see how the month went and how I progressed through all these books, I am going to read out of my Encyclopedia of Spirits. This is my Encyclopedia of Spirits, and I just kind of pick at random. Oh, I've already gone here. We did this one. I guess this time we will learn about... I'm gonna butcher this one. Deshuma? Shuma? I'm gonna go with Shuma. We're gonna pretend that it's a silent D. It says, The Fierce Virgin. Origin, Romania. Shuma is a disease demon, a spirit of cholera. She is a harbinger of illness. She only appears when illness and epidemic are imminent. She wanders through the night, naked and wailing. She's not mourning her victims. She's crying because she's cold. She's a little girl spirit and possesses little empathy. If she'll put some clothes on and warm up, she may go away and take the threat of epidemic with her. Once she has been spotted, a ritual is immediately required to forestall an epidemic. These are the different things to do. 7 post-menopausal women must spin and spew one single thread shirt while maintaining total and complete silence. That is oddly specific. The spirit must be completed in one single night. Oh, the shirt must be completed in one single night. Once completed, the shirt is hung outside as an offering to Shuma. If there's no cholera outbreak, then you'll know she's accepted the offering. Okay. Although she usually appears as a fierce young girl, she occasionally takes the form of an elderly, toothless hag, and her color is red. That's funny. I would have thought that maybe her color was green, because illness, like green and illness, is usually, I don't know, I guess they go hand in hand, or maybe that's toxicity. And I'm not commenting on my hair. I'm not making any kind of connection with my hair here. Anyways, that was Shuma or Deshuma. So yeah, now the vlog. Alright, as you can see, it's getting a little dark outside. But I just got home from work, and I got the Illumicrate box for February. It comes like usually in the beginning of the next month, so I got this one in March, even though it's the February box. It's not the yellow box. It's a bigger box. And I'm a little worried that I know what the book is in here, and I'm worried that I already have it. But anyways, the theme is bad blood. Ooh, I'll look at it later. There's a box. In the box was a, cup. I guess like a travel cup. And it says Cell Station. I have no idea what that is. Okay, then there's this. Oh, this is pretty. It's Medusa. Super pretty. It looks like a tea dish, but it's probably just like a display thing. Like, I could put it here on my coffee table. This is a bath fizzer. I don't have a bathtub, so I usually just put these in the shower. Sometimes just on the floor. Well, no, because it's too big. I can't even put it in the foot bath, so I usually just put it on the floor of the shower, or it's just in the bathroom as like a aromatizer, whatever the fuck you want to call that. But it smells really good. It's a sweet orange fragrance. There's a pouch. The longing is madness, then none of us are sane. I have no idea what that's from either, but it's really pretty. There's a little baggie in the bottom. Oh, it's magnets! That's cool. I have no idea who these people are. I don't even know if it'll focus on it. I have to cover my face, I think. But these are the faces. I have no idea who it is yet. And the book. Oh shit, I knew! So, okay, it is A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross. And I got this one for the book of the month for February. This is obviously a much more beautiful edition, so I'm gonna keep this one and probably either I'll put it up on the, I forget what that website is called, but like you put up books up there and people can buy them, or I'll just donate it to my library. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But this is gorgeous. I had a feeling it was gonna be this. Oh, dude. Look at that. I have the box here. It's in the way. This is super duper pretty. Oh, and of course the hardcover all on its own. This is so nice. This is amazing. Alright, so as usual, Lumicrate does not fail to provide. I will say though, so I'm gonna get the March Illumicrate box, just because I know that it's going to be Gallant by V. Schwab, which I really want to read. But after that, I canceled my subscription for it because it is very expensive, and I get a lot of extra things, but a lot of it, like, I don't really care about it. I just care about the book. And I know that the Fairy Loot box, they started an adult book-only subscription. It's a lot cheaper, and it's not coming from England, so I'm canceling the Illumicrate one, even though I do think it's absolutely amazing. It's a little too expensive, and I'm going to be doing the Fairy Loot ones from now on because I really just care about the book. Alright, today is Sunday, and it's kind of poopy outside. Ryan's hungies. He doesn't know what to have. But I have decided that it's March. I think like 20th of March is when spring comes. So I need to reorganize my shelf. Well, I don't need to, but I would like to. So just gonna give a before and after. With the fireplace, I'm probably just gonna remove everything that looks like fall and all that. Everything that's winter-y. Same with here, and then I'll just kind of move a couple things around. Probably not a lot, though. Then the altar for the house was moved here under the TV. Something I need to do is get, like, fake vines to hide the cords, but I'm not going out to buy stuff today, so I'm just gonna... What? Ryan wants to put his record player... You know what? If I clean it well, I'll put it on top here somewhere. Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna figure that out. Maybe. Who knows? And then I need to clean this. So it looks fine when you're looking far away, but if you get a little closer, you still can't see it because cameras suck, but it's super dusty. And my keyboard is disgusting. So, today is going to be do this day. And the dogs are getting love. Yeah. The record player works.
Well, yeah, it does. It's just
and
not
it does look a lot nicer when it's clean. I think it was just really gross and I didn't like it. This is filthy.
Is it?
Oh my gosh. I can't believe I let it be this bad. You know what's even worse? I used to never, ever clean my keyboards. I don't even want to imagine what that looked like. Voila. Time to stick them back in. So I was redecorating, right? Because today was a day for redecorating. Okay. It turned into, let's just change everything. All right, here we go. End product. the big surprise. My entire corner revisited. It is Tuesday, March 8th. I finished The Liar's Knot yesterday, but I kind of suck at talking about my reading experience immediately after having read a book. Also, I feel like talking about The Liar's Knot is going to be very difficult. So we follow Ren, who with her sister Tess are running a long con where they infiltrated a prestigious family in the city of Nadezra who are part of like the nobility, and they are trying to steal money from them because they believe that the city never quite gave them what they deserved. So Ren, under the guise of Renata, as a distant cousin that family didn't know about, has made her way in, but she finds out that that family actually is broke and has no money and is drowning. So she starts to save the family so that she can get money and run away with it. But as things happen, she realizes that a lot of things politically are very corrupt, and there's other things in the grounds happening. On top of that, there's also a vigilante type of character that no one has ever been able to unmask, who has a hatred for the nobility and who is also trying to bring up to surface these corrupt individuals. So in the first book, a whole shebang of things happen, but in the Liar's Knot, Ren has somehow successfully brought the Trementis family back into a good standing. They are making money again, and Ren has actually kind of grown attached to this family. She, in a way, feels a part of it without feeling a part of it, and is finding herself caught in her lies. By the end of the first book as well, we know who the vigilante is, but Ren doesn't quite yet know who that individual is, so there's still a little bit of secrecy on that side. But what I really loved about The Liar's Knot is that the first book weaves all of those lies and deceptions and all that, and in this book, ironically enough, called The Liar's Knot, it's where a lot of it unravels and a lot of it starts to make more sense. So if you read the first book and you thought, oh my gosh, this is so fucking complicated, there's too much going on, and you couldn't get past the complicated politics, the names that were super, like, confusing, the magic system that is, honestly, to me, in the first book, I didn't get most of it, but I thought it was beautiful nonetheless, in a mysterious way, I guess. This second book, in my opinion, was a lot easier to follow and a lot easier to understand, and kind of just brings you more into the world of Nadezra and its magic and its politics and what's going on and why things are going so wrong. Yeah, I mean, I think that says that I love the book. I really did. In The Liar's Knot, you get Vargo's perspective, who was also in the first book. He is a leader of many of the gangs in Nadezra, and he had to push himself to there. And to be able to see his perspective in this book, it hurt my heart sometimes to see how much pain he was in and how much he was carrying on his shoulders. Yeah, the characters are a very big part of this book that I absolutely loved, and I can't really talk too much more about it because the characters are where lies a lot of the spoilers. I personally love these books so much because they tickle all of the things that I love. Character development, gorgeous magic, gorgeous setting, a intricate plot full of political intrigue, as well as a lot of action too. And there are many twists, there are a lot of emotions, and there's, I don't know, maybe if I don't remember it very much from the first book, but in the second book there's a lot of humor. Maybe it's because Vargo comes into the, like, one of the perspectives that we now read from, And he has this kind of like exasperated sense of humor where he's just like, fuck it, I don't even care anymore. And I like that. So yeah, I really love The Liar's Novel. What I didn't like, little update here, a little bit of a negative point, was Promises and Pomegranates. I officially DNF'd it at 36%. I tried to like pick it up on my phone again and read it, and I couldn't. I just couldn't. So yeah, that one is not for me at all. I think it's mainly because I hated everything. There is no plot other than to make some kind of story where these characters end up together and have to fuck each other, but then they don't. I don't even know how to explain it. I don't even know how to explain it. And it supposedly makes the girl strong, but she's so stupid. And then the guy is supposed to be like some dark, brooding man who owns an entire island, and it's like, but you're a douche. I did not like it, so I'm DNFing it. I'm not putting myself through that anymore. Also, at least I don't have to read anymore about cock and pussy and penis and whatever other grotesque words were smashed together into sentences to make me think something sexy was happening. So, with that said, I have begun Dark and Shallow Lies, which is a young adult mystery. I did get through like the first couple chapters so far, and it's good. It's just I'm not really connecting with it right now. I feel like the first chapter was just very info dumpy. But I'm still gonna continue it. I'm hoping it's gonna get better because it is one of my 5-star predictions. And I did also start the audiobook for The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I am liking it. It's very poetic, lyrical, and it's talking about art and I guess jumping between the same character in the present and now, and then in the past as well, and the choices and the people she met. That's it for where I'm at with those, and update y'all later. It's like 3 o'clock on Wednesday. I came home early from work because there's snow outside. Let me see if I can show it to you. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe you can see the like trees that are covered. Anyways, I sat down with Yuna. I'm here with her to finish Dark and Shallow Lies. I'm at page 106. I was like, I'm gonna keep reading and see if I feel like continuing to read this book. And I read 2 pages and I was like, no, I'm done. I'm done because it's 100 pages in, and this story continues to be about a so-called group of besties who are clearly not. Literally, this is why I stopped, okay? There's a group of friends. One of them is called Case, and I guess he's got a little bit of a temper, and they think that, well, not they, but one of them, Hart, one of the other guys in the group, thinks that Case probably is involved in why Elora disappeared. He thinks maybe even he killed her because he's got such a bad temper. But, they're besties. But, yeah, he probably killed her. And there's just a paragraph here where Gray, the main character, the one talking to us, thinks that he's in, like, the storage cabin that they have outside or something. And she's looking at him run, and she says, I think about the summer we were all 12. Case taught Elora and me how to play baseball. I can still see him sliding up behind her with a big grin on his face, arms reaching around her middle to show her how to hold the bat. I'd been so jealous of the easy way she'd flirted, even back then. So that's just a small example of basically everything that's been happening in this book. Their friend is gone. And the only thing that anyone seems to be doing is brooding about the good old days and kind of accusing each other of they possibly did it. I just don't like it because Gray shows up supposedly wanting to hang out with her friends, and yet everything that keeps coming up is jealousy and suspicion. And I think this would have been a lot better if instead Gray had showed up and been like, I want to find my best fucking friend. She nonstop talks about how much she loves Elora, and yet not once has she tried to go out in the swamp to go look for her friend and be a stupid teenager and be like, I think I can find her in the swamp where there are gators and supposedly monsters, or just at least things from legends and stuff. And she hasn't, and it's just been them, like, I don't know. It's boring. It's so boring. It's 100 pages in, and nothing has happened. Nothing. Even their supposed psychic powers have had no influence on the story whatsoever. And I'm just not convinced that they're friends at all with any of them. Like, at least build up their friendship and then bring in the suspicion and then bring in the maybe they did it. This is just right off the bat just telling me, hey, we're a group of great friends, and then but not showing it and just making them not be actual friends. I don't like it. I don't like it, so I'm gonna DNF it. And honestly, I'm starting to think that YA mysteries are not for me, because I also had read, or DNF'd, I DNF'd, A Lesson in Vengeance. That one is also like a magical realism YA mystery, and I fucking hated it too. So I didn't think this was going to be a mystery though. I thought it was going to be more of like a stupid teenage adventure with magic in it. So I'm upset. But for now, I am going to continue with The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue because I am enjoying that one a lot more. So I think I'm just going to stick to that one because I think I just need one good book right now. Hi! So now that I actually have my desk rearranged, it's perfect for me to do an easy unboxing instead of scrambling on the couch. So yeah, this is Witch's Moon, not at all related to books. Not usually. Ooh, the oracle card looks really cute this time. It looks kind of like a little bookmark. You are the window. You are the window through which light can enter the world. Do not board yourself up. Stay open and break out of the darkness. Feel your energy brighten and clear as you become the brighter of light. The bringer of light. I'm very good at reading. There's a sigil this time. Pretty cool. I usually read all this after. I'm not going to put you guys through that. And the theme for this month is Elementum Bentus. No idea what that is. Here is an art print for Flower Moon, it says. An art print for Element of Wind. Ooh, very cool. I feel like I've always had more of an affinity for like earth and fire, but this is beautiful. Oh, and it's got the four winds, classic Greek mythology. This is a ritual herbal tea. I think it says Golden Radiance. It's in a golden packet. Works out. Incense. I can't read that. Lemongrass. Lemongrass. This box does smell very lemony, I will say. Yup. That's lemongrass, alright. Smells good. And now that the bearded dragon isn't in the living room, I can actually light incense. Incense is not great for dogs, but they tolerate a lot of stuff. They're more sensitive to like essential oils if you touch them. But cats can be very sensitive to essential oil, essential oils. But they can also be very sensitive to incense, and most reptiles, it's a big no-no. As long as they have another room and none of it actually goes in there, it's fine. Same with the cat. So since they're now in the bedroom, all is well. I can light my incenses. Ooh, this is interesting. Orange peel. Nice. And lemongrass. Of course. A little baggie. Oh, this is the stone. It feels very fragile. Feels like I could break it very easily, but it looks like a slice of lemon. Ooh. The bottle is glass, and there's a little, like, spritzer thing. That smells like eucalyptus mostly, actually. It smells a lot like eucalyptus. I have herbs all over myself. It's wonderful. Gust of change. Oh, that smells so refreshing. But it's making me think of, like, wind, really. Yeah, making me think of, like, a spring wind. Hasn't been raining, clear skies. That's some good smell. And it's a yellow candle for lemon. Smells mostly like wax. Sometimes that happens, and that's fine. I don't even know what these are actually called. I know people call them, like, you know, when you're saging your house, but it's not always sage, is it? Maybe it is. It might be. I did it once, and let me tell you this quick story. When we got this house, all the windows, like there's a window back here, they were all really, really old, like metal. They were not insulated. So one of the first things we did was we got professionals install new windows almost in every single room. And when they did, they were taking out the window in the kitchen, and they found a little, like, sage thing between the walls. So they gave it to us. They were like, yeah, we found this. And Ryan and I had this running joke that, oh my gosh, this house probably has a ghost in it, and it was pissed off at the previous people who tried to sage it, so it fucking stuck it in there. And so we decided to not touch it. We had it there, but we weren't touching it. We weren't doing anything with it. And eventually I was like, fuck it, I want to burn it. When we burned it, it smelled so bad. It smelled awful. And then after that, we had really unlucky days. And we were like, okay, we just fucked with the ghost. We shouldn't have done anything. So, yeah, I don't know if I'll ever burn this. I might give it to someone else because I have a ghost who does not appreciate it. All right, and the final item. Oh, what is this? Is this a chime? Oh dear. I'll get right back to you guys after I figure this out. Okay, so this thing is huge. It is a chime. And it's almost as tall as me. This is ridiculous, but it's got these beautiful, like, moons on it. And I'm assuming these are, like, figures. And it has a stone at the bottom. This thing is absolutely enormous, and I want it to hang, like, maybe in that corner. I'm gonna have to figure this out when Ryan gets home. Alright, I found a temporary spot for it to not get tangled. Hold on. Right there. I'll probably find a better home for it later. It's Sunday, March 13th. I finished The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and my hair is long enough for me to now kind of tie it up, which I'm pretty happy about. The first thing I'd say about this book is that it really reminds me of a French classic. It's very sad, very slow, and it lingers a lot on, like, the emotions, experiences of people, existentialism, philosophy of life, and all that stuff. The story is about Addie, who made a deal with a kind of, like, shadow demon thing, and basically she kind of got exactly what she wanted, but at the same time not. You know, it's the typical, make sure you use your words wisely, because words can be interpreted however the one granting you the wish wants to interpret it. So a lot of this book is basically kind of an examination on what it's like to live a life where you don't exist. Like, you do, but no one sees you. And that comes with a lot of insecurities and a lot of things that a lot of people can relate to. So this book hits some strings. It read almost like a fable, but it was very long. So that is one thing that I will say, is that it's a 4 stars because I really did enjoy it, but I do think it was a little long. There were some parts that could have been cut down or cut a little shorter. But ultimately, the whole pace of it, the way it's written, the characters, and also just who Addie meets and her interactions with this demon character whom she made a deal with, and also her love interest, all of it was really beautiful and so simple and yet complicated. I can see why a lot of people wouldn't like it because, again, I compared it to a French classic. I personally hate French classics because they tend to be very slow, they tend to be mostly focused on something as existential, and it lingers on details and feelings and things that don't tend to progress a story. And this book is like that. The plot isn't the biggest part. The biggest part is what Addie does, who she sees, the suffering she's going through, the loneliness, but at the same time, her stubbornness to not want to give in, to accept what she's done and the deal she has, and thus the life she has, and ultimately that she would probably still do it again. And I think that maybe that's why I enjoyed it so much, was because it's not an actual French classic, so it has characters that can be more relatable. You have more representation of sexuality, of mental health. The ending was just like, hey, now that I have learned, now that I have lived a long life, I'm gonna dish it back, right? I guess this book has a lot of finesse, and I thought that was very well done. And it's not at all what I would have expected V. Schwab to write. It's not like anything that I've read from her before, where it tends to be more snarky, fast-paced, a little more violent, a little more, yeah, I don't know. It's just not what I expected from her, but I really liked it. So, yeah, that was good. So next book on the list, I have it sitting right here, is, whoa, I almost hit myself in the face, the next book is Little Thieves, which I'm hoping to try to finish in the week, but I have also started classes for my major. Yay! I'm officially beginning my master's degree in clinical mental health counseling, and now I'm gonna have to try and juggle that with full-time job. So who knows how the reading is gonna go, honestly. My hair looks like I went through like a wind tunnel.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, it is March 14th. It's like 10 p.m., but I just wanted to say that I have started Little Thieves, this beautiful edition, and I was very hesitant about writing in it because it's such a pretty edition. But then I was really enjoying the story, and I don't have an audiobook, so yeah. I started annotating it. You can't even see the tabs on here, but at first I wasn't sure that I was really hooking into it, but honestly, the magic and creatures that exist in this book are super interesting. And just the fact that this main character has royally fucked herself over is... I just can't wait to see what happens. Trying to figure out, okay, how am I going to get away from death and fortune? And how am I going to, fix this curse that's now on me? Oh, and I also still need to steal all this money. Oh, and I need to do this. And I have 2 weeks. I'm just like, damn girl, good luck.
Losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. Try to let go of the past. I close my eyes, embrace the blast. Sleepless nights and headache stack. Restlessness to hell and back. What's my purpose? What do I grab? A slippery surface, a heart attack. And sometimes you just gotta believe there's something that'll give you relief. There's something that'll have what you need, what you need. We're broken, it's tragic, we're not all elastic, but maybe there's magic, believe you could have it. And I know of sadness, the anxious and panic, the infinite vastness of all that is blackness.
Okay, so I've made it to page 316 in Little Thieves, and I'm not enjoying it as much as I was before. And I think that my interest has been slowly waning down. Basically, the things that I was really enjoying were like this high gods and low gods, these creatures that seem to exist, and I guess kind of like the political implications of what Vanya is getting herself involved in. But in general, I haven't really been connecting with the characters. I don't really like the main character. I don't care much for a lot of the side characters. Really, the only one that I actually enjoy is Poldy, and he's a kobold who lives in the castle and likes to drink, and he doesn't have a very major role. And it's just gotten a little worse now because they're supposed to be trying to figure out how to save Vanya from her curse. Also, now her husband-to-be is involved in some kind of plot that they're trying to figure out what it is. And there's also another part that I forgot. But the point is that they have things to fucking take care of, and yet there seem to be so many moments where the importance of their teenage pent-up sexual frustrations or their hurt feelings they take more of a center stage role in this book, and I just don't care. I don't care that you were hiding in a closet and the big bad guy was gonna find you, and you had to pretend that you guys were frolicking, or canoodling, as it's written in here, and he didn't want to kiss you, and now you're having this whole fucking inner monologue about how, oh my gosh, I should have known, I'm not as pretty without the magical necklace on, so, like, all that, and I'm like, who fucking cares? If he finds you, you're gonna die. Like, I don't get it. I guess it's more of a clumsy teenage romance now. I just got to a point that bothers me, which is she is very clearly being framed, right? It's pretty fucking obvious. And yet it is going to be used as a drama point for her friend, I guess he is now, to not believe her. And thus to create more drama. And I hate that. I absolutely hate that. Listen, if there's anything that I hate in books, is when relationships between characters are not developed with a basis of trust, when clearly they have been working together and they have been in very, dangerous situations, and one thing comes up, one little thing, and instead of trusting the other person, because they've been doing that for a little while, no, they instead immediately think that they've been betrayed. I hate that. I'm just like, really? Really? Are you fucking serious? So yeah, I mean, I think it's unfortunate if I don't finish the book, but from now on, I've already been kind of doing it. I just kind of skim the chapters, like I get an idea of what's going on, but I'm just skimming it because half of what I'm reading now is some relationship feeling bullshit drama, and I don't want that. The actual plot isn't being developed enough. Or maybe listen, again, it's when I read books like this that I'm like, maybe I just don't like YA books. Maybe they're just not for me. Maybe they focus too much on relationship drama and, I don't know, teenager emotions. And I'm just like, I don't fucking care. I want a better story. But then I've read some young adult books where I'm like, no, this is good. I like this. So, I don't know. Maybe it's just this one. So, yeah, it's still a lot. Like, there's still more than 100 pages left. There's almost 200 pages left. This is why I DNF books. And on top of that, like, I've been starting my master's again, which I'm doing a lot of reading for that too. Obviously, it's more academic. But I don't want to waste my time reading a book that I'm clearly not enjoying. So I might just DNF this. It'd be really unfortunate, though. I don't know. I'm going to put it down for now, though, because it's just bothering me. And I have to do schoolwork, so. I'll update you guys later about it. Alright, I'm sitting on the couch with Ryan, and I was telling him about Little Thieves and how I just haven't been motivated to pick it up. I took a break yesterday. I didn't read it at all. I actually binged Bridgerton, which I should not have done. I was supposed to do schoolwork, but, you know, things happen. Anyways, I decided to pick Little Thieves up again, thinking maybe I'll feel better about it. And I did. For like 5 seconds. And then we had dinner, we watched a show, and then I told Ryan, I was like, I don't know if I want to pick up the book again, and I explained to him basically what I said in the last update, that
It's trash.
it's not trash, it's just, I'm not connecting with it at all. Maybe I'll just skip to the end and read what happens at the end. But then I was doing that, and I was like, yeah, I don't even care. I don't even care how Vanya fixes her curse. I don't care what Ada blah blah, whatever his name is, fucking stupid Prince Mary guy was up to. I just don't care. So yeah, basically this is a DNF. I'm not finishing it. I was so hoping that I would like this book. I really thought I was going to. And it's such a beautiful edition. And I was trying to engage with it too. I was annotating. But little by little, my annotations were just turning into me writing on the side. Really? We're gonna do this now? Ugh, why are we talking about this? Why does this matter? Why is this not being developed more? Why am I not learning more about this person or that thing? I don't know. It didn't work for me. So I'm hoping that instead, I borrowed a copy from my library of the sequel to All Systems Red, the Murderbot series. It's a novella, it's shorter. The first book, I absolutely fucking loved it. It was just filled with sarcasm, a robot who basically has depression and just wants to watch his sitcoms in peace. And it's not YA. It's not gonna be some stupid, angsty teenager romance. It's just gonna be a robot who wants to mind his business and is probably gonna get tangled in some problems. And I want to read that. And I also am gonna get started on, I have the audiobook, again, borrowed from my library, for Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. So I'm gonna probably not listen to the audiobook tomorrow, but definitely I'll start listening to it on my way to work, on my way to and fro from work. Today is March 25th, and I haven't really been updating because I finished Artificial Condition by Martha Wells on Tuesday, I think, and today is Friday. I really enjoyed it. I mean, I can't not enjoy this book. It's like a comfort read. But basically, Artificial Condition continues after, like it picks up right after what happened in All Systems Red, which basically at the end of there, Murderbot has an opportunity to leave, but because he is a sec unit, which is like, they're often used for security reasons, they're armed robots, so if you see one roaming around, it doesn't really make people feel safe. So Murderbot's walking around and trying his best to camouflage himself in the crowds, sort of, using his, like, human-esque parts to help him. Anyways, he ends up on a ship, which ends up talking to him, and he nicknames the ship Art Asshole Research Transport, which I find hilarious. They watch shows together, and Art ends up wanting to help Murderbot, because Murderbot's trying to figure out basically what caused him to hack into his government module, which makes him obey his orders, and he just hasn't. He's been able to do whatever he wants. So he wants to look into that, and to be able to look into it, he has to go to a planet where he was on a mission where basically he killed a lot of people. And in order to do that, he has to pick up a job. So he picks up a job to help these humans retrieve a file, like a research file that they had. And yeah, I won't really say much more because it is a novella. It's like 160 pages. It is tiny, but I freaking love it. It was nice for me to read that after the like 3 DNFs I had back to back. Now I have picked up Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. This is the book club read that I have for April, or technically for this month, but we meet in April. It's just been a little tricky getting into it because it is written in that typical classic literature way where the prose is very detailed and poetic type of thing. So it is beautiful, but it's slow. And because I'm in the middle of school and I don't get a lot of time to read, like, I make time at work on my lunch breaks. I read in the morning and I read a bit at night. But it's not, I don't want to say that it's not engaging me because I've read 100 pages and I don't want to stop. Like, I'm interested in what's happening. I just am definitely, like, skimming some parts. Like, parts that I'm like, okay, they're just having a conversation that doesn't really matter. So I do think it's a bit long-winded, but that's also just something that classics tend to be. So we'll see how I continue with this. But so far, this story is basically about a very young girl who meets Maxime, I think it's Maxime de Winter, which owns the property of Monderley, I forget what it's called. It's like a big property in the countryside, and he tends to host, I don't know, things. He's got money. And he recently lost his wife, Rebecca, so the previous Mrs. de Winter. And now our character, very young, is the new Mrs. de Winter. And she is not confident in herself whatsoever, which, you know, understandable. She's very young, but it's also a little boring to read when a girl is just like, I don't know what to do. I don't know if she's making fun of me or whatever. So yeah, not very much has happened. She's met Mr. De Winter's sister, who seemed pretty cool, and now they're just like walking in the gardens, and one of the dogs has disappeared, but not really. They can still hear him barking. So this is setting up to be kind of a ghost story where Rebecca, the ex-wife who died, she drowned, is probably going to haunt them, I think. I don't know. It's setting up to be kind of mysterious and odd. And just a weird romance, honestly. It's not very romantic. I was like, this is creepy. Like, the guy just said things that I was like, what the fuck is your problem? And even this girl is like, my goal is to turn 35. I'm like, wow, what a fucking goal, girl. Yeah, alright. Turning 35. So yeah, I don't hate it, don't love it, don't want to DNF it, but who knows. So I did already say that Rebecca and I are not doing so well. which sounds like I'm talking about a person, but no, I'm talking about a book. So I don't want to pick up another book for now. I want to wait until April. Or at least until next Sunday. Just because school is, like, rough, so I'd rather have a book that I'm not super invested in, but that, like, I'll pick up from time to time to try and read when I have enough neurological capacity to put into it. So basically, I'm not expecting to finish it at all, so I'll let you guys know how far I get into it before the end of the month, and then I'm just gonna probably DNF it. Hi, it is March 31st, and it's like 7 a.m. It's a Thursday. I'm still sick. I thought I was gonna go to work today because I was like, I'm feeling a little better than I was feeling all the other days. But then I started moving around and I realized I'm like, I can't go in and do my job feeling like this because if you don't know, I work in kindergarten. There's a lot of screaming, there's a lot of moving around. I wouldn't make it. Anyways, not going to work. Am I going to try and read more Rebecca? No, I'm not. Rebecca's not a bad book. It's very well written, and that's part of the reason why I can't. The writing is your typical classic English where you spend more time dissecting the language than understanding the story. And I am at page 167, and I'm not getting any of the haunted spookiness that I was sort of promised in the back of the book. So I'm good. I'm done. I got annoyed with how the main character and Max de Winter interact, their drama, the little things here and there. I'm just like, okay, I can't. I need something that is going to transport me. I need an adventure, action, some, I don't know. Just, I can't have this. I can't have a delicately formulated and prosaic book about a girl who married someone too young without knowing him and is now hearing stories about his ex-wife. Like, I can't. It's not what I want right now while I'm dealing with other things I have to read for school. I want something that'll take me away from all the work that I have to do. So, I'm sorry I can't end this vlog on a more positive note. It's also shitty outside. So everything is overall shitty. Anyways, yeah, that's it for the March vlog. It was not great. I read 3 books. Like, I actually finished 3 books. And I DNF'd all the rest. I did not expect that. Holy shit. March kicked me in the ass. Thanks for sticking around. Sorry I look the way I look. If you liked the video, please like, subscribe, all that jazz, and I will check you out in the next one. Bye.